The more you know about yourself, the less you need others' approval. Stop for a second. Now ask yourself, who are you really living for? When you finally uncover the truth of who you are, the noise of others' opinions fades into insignificance. The world becomes less of a battlefield for approval and more of a journey towards clarity of self. Imagine standing in a room filled with people, yet feeling completely whole. Not because they're looking at you, but because you know yourself so deeply that their gaze doesn't shake you. You're no longer chasing validation in their nods, smiles, or words of approval. You've already given yourself the greatest approval, your own. A real person who knows themselves stands different. Picture this. A person walks into a room of chatter where everyone's trying to fit into the molds they think others have built for them. They smile awkwardly, nod along to the conversation, constantly seeking reassurance, afraid to be out of step. But this person doesn't care about fitting into the molds. They've broken those a long time ago. They stand with a quiet confidence, no need to announce their presence. They don't need to justify their decisions or seek permission to be themselves. Why? Because they know exactly who they are, and that's enough. When you know yourself, your decisions no longer hinge on whether someone else agrees with them. You wear what you want, not what's trending. You choose your own path, not the one your family, friends, or society laid out for you. And you speak your truth, not to be liked, but because it's your truth. Think about the last time you hesitated to make a choice because you feared judgment. How heavy did it feel? Like carrying an invisible weight on your shoulders, bending you under expectations that aren't even yours. But those who are in touch with themselves, they travel lighter. They aren't burdened by the fear of rejection or misunderstanding. If you agree, fine. If you don't, it's equally fine. They don't need you to understand. Their validation comes from within. The courage to walk away. There's a strength in someone who can walk away from a situation that no longer serves them, without guilt, without explanation. Imagine a person in a job where they are undervalued, where every move they make is scrutinized. Every success is met with silence. But this person isn't waiting for a pat on the back or an acknowledgement from a boss who's more focused on their own climb. One day they decide to leave. No fanfare, no need for someone to tell them they deserve better. They already know. And so they walk out, head held high, into the unknown, not with fear, but with trust in themselves. Relationships aren't chains, they're choices. When you know yourself, you don't cling to relationships out of fear of being alone. You don't contort yourself to fit someone else's version of you. Instead, you let go of the connections that drain you and nurture those that align with your true self. The approval you seek doesn't come from your partner, your friends, or your family. It's already rooted deep within. You know the power of saying no. You no longer give in to demands that disrespect your boundaries because your self-worth isn't up for negotiation. You know the value of your time, your energy, your presence. And because you know this, others start to see it too. They stop asking you to shrink yourself because they realize you're not here to fit into their small spaces. Why this matters to you. The more you know about yourself, the freer you become. Free from the invisible strings that pull so many in different directions. You're no longer living someone else's script. You write your own, and that script is written with conviction, clarity, and power. When you stand firm in who you are, approval becomes irrelevant because you're no longer playing by the rules of others. You make your own. In this world, many spend their lives being someone they think others want them to be. But those who know themselves, they become unstoppable forces. They don't wait for permission to live boldly. They are bold by default. So ask yourself, who are you waiting for approval from? And what would happen if starting today you no longer needed it? Let go of the need for others' validation, because the only approval you ever truly needed was your own. And once you give it to yourself, you'll find that's all you ever needed.